Each of you are going to write a menu. The judges will not know who has written that menu, but in their view, the 3 menus which are strongest, most appealing, will go through to compete.
We want to be fair as judges, but we want to end up with the best food at that feast.
Here is your small dish, okay? Oysters.
I've never cooked with oysters. I've eaten them once in my life, never cooked with them.
So these oysters are from Carlingford Lough. They're Mill Bay oysters, world-class, award-winning oysters.
I have never eaten an oyster. I've never cooked an oyster. This is going to be quite interesting.
But take your time. If you haven't opened an oyster before, best of luck.
So the oysters are not going to be open. They're going to have to work that out.
Oh no, this is where the technical skill comes in.
That will be fun.
I know that they could taste really good. It's just getting into the shell that's going to be a problem.
Contestants, you have half an hour to do that, and I wish you the very best of luck. Get writing.
While the group get their creative juices flowing, let's discover more about the delicious ingredients they've got to work with. The Mill Bay oysters, farmed by the Rooney family in Carlingford Lough, and so delicious, they've been named amongst the top 50 foods in the world. Danny's gone to meet Andrew Rooney to find out more about their celebrated flavour.
So we're standing in the estuary here. What makes that the ideal place for an oyster farm?
You've got the Mourne Mountains here. So you've got the rainwater that comes down the Mourne Mountains, is running through all that granite, natural granite and everything. It gets down into the streams, and the streams eventually lead to the ocean. You've got lovely, clean, fresh water coming into lovely, green, clean, fresh seawater. And that's what the oysters thrive on. It's the nutrients that's in Carlingford water.
That's a perfect recipe for a world-class oyster then.
I would say they're the most organic food on the planet because I don't feed them. They take the nutrients from the ocean. At the minute, the water quality is A standard, so we're able just to open a basket here today and eat some.
They're stunning, aren't they? They really are.
What can I say about my own oyster?
No, yeah. You expect it just to be salty, but it's not salty at all, actually. There's a lot more depth of flavour than that.
But with only 3 places available, it's time to find out which menus have caught the judge's eye.
I want to get back into the kitchen to cook mainly because I just like to figure out if my food's going to be nice. I kind of want to cook to try it.
Well, cooks, you're all feeling like classmates now, no doubt. You sat there, you created your menus, and now your homework has been marked, OK? So, Joris, we can't wait to find out what was the first menu that jumped off the paper to you.
It did jump off the paper, and this was succulent oysters with spring onions fried with sesame seeds, soy sauce, fish sauce, lime and garlic.
Mmm. Who composed that little beauty? Can't wait to see you in action in the kitchen. Danny, your menu.
So we start with oysters with a warm orange salad, champagne raspberry dressing, served with charred sourdough and a glass of bubbles. That caught our attention.
Okay. Who is behind that one?
That's me. Hopefully we can pull it off. Like, it does sound good, like. We'll see what it tastes like.
One more menu. Who will it belong to?
The last one, Eamon, is oyster, asparagus, onion puree and vinaigrette.
Take that one. That's myself. I've never cooked with oysters, never used oysters. I've eaten them, and I thought, this could taste all right.
Your time starts now.
Paul's been in the kitchen before.
Big deep breath.
For Sanso and Kirby, it's their first chance to cook, so the pressure's on. Not so for Hannah. She's joined the rest of the group to watch from the sidelines,
You've got it. Good luck.
wearing a coveted black apron as proof of her place in the semi-final. This is the second time Paul's impressed the judges with his culinary creativity on paper, but he'll need to up his game in the kitchen to make it to the next stage.
I'm up against 2 good cooks. There's no question about it.
How are you feeling about time today, then?
Better in a way, because I make a lot of purees. I like adding them to my food, because you know, a wee burst of flavour and stuff, so I make a lot of purees. Getting them onions sweat down is probably the hardest bit.
But the dish is about the oyster, right? It's not about the onion puree. Just checking.
Definitely about the oyster.
I'm really starting to worry about these oysters. Like closed oysters, but like okay.
Yeah.
Opening yourself.
Yeah.
You know, we have a challenge with your dinner. Why not?
Sure, they have places you go to grill your own meat, so...
Put them on the plate, touch of parsley.
Yeah. Sprinkle chives on top of anything, it'll be fine.
Kirby's not the only one struggling.
Quite tricky, haven't done that befefore.
First one will be the difficult one.
Yeah, I know.
Shucking an oyster is a skill that takes time to develop.
The worst bit, opening or cutting them out.
Opening it is unbelievable.
Yeah.
I take my hat off to anybody that can actually do this really well.
Wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle.
I can't get this open.
If in doubt, just like stand on it or something.
I feel like they are unbelievably hard, like.
Wiggle, wiggle.
Folks, you're into your last 5 minutes, only 5 minutes left.
Are the cooks about to pay the price for taking so long to open those oysters?
Well, one needs to open soon because my asparagus is going to go like flipping mush.
Kirby, you're in your element now.
Yes! Yes, brother. We're throwing that in the CV. Professional oyster shucker.
10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
First to taste, Sanso's succulent oysters fried with spring onions, sesame seeds, lime and garlic.
I'm in all that infusion. It's lovely.
Lovely colours. There's a lovely aroma from it.
So do you think that the spicing and the sauce that you put with it brings out the flavour of the oyster, or do you think it overpowers the oyster?
No, actually, it doesn't overpower the oyster because, you know, the oyster had only 1.5 minutes. So we still retain all the sauces and all the ingredients that the oyster has got.
You were a cool customer under pressure.
You can be stressed out, but sometimes you need to control a bit.
Last time, Paul served the judges an undercooked souffle. Will his oysters prove more palatable?
This is an oyster surprise because your menu just said oyster. And when you said vinaigrette, I made an assumption that it was going to be raw.
Raw.
Natural.
And do you want us to add would you?
Yeah, I think it should probably cut through the creaminess of the puree.
That little vinaigrette is very good. Didn't think it would work with a cooked oyster, but it's a nice wee blend.
I think I've done quite well. So if I go out at this point now, I've kind of given my best and went out, so I don't have much more to give.
Last up, Kirby's oyster and warm orange salad with charred sourdough and champagne.
Kirby's thrown everything at this. There's even sugar snap peas on there.
It is intriguing, isn't it? It's a lovely mix. Orange, fruit with an
Quite
oyster.
summery, isn't it?
Yeah, lovely.
Well, they're mulling over that. Can I have a bit of the
Oh yeah,
bread?
you can eat a bit of that.
Very lovely, thank you.
It's not as great as I'd hoped it would be, but
Well, the garlic bread's delightful.
yeah, well, that's good. Can't beat a bit of bread, like.
But it's a pity I'm not a judge.
I know.